Deshaun, now that the 6 games are done, how did you think they went? Did you get everything done you accomplished you would hope to? Did it meet your expectations on kind of how it went?
Of course, it didn't meet the expectations. Of course, we wanted to try to, find our way into the playoffs and have extended games and opportunity to, clinch the division, all these different things. But as far as just, being able to play football again, get out there, knock some rust off, have some ups, have some downs, have some in-betweens, and kind of really get the feel of how we want to operate as an offense and what we want to, look forward to as a Cleveland Brown. It definitely did that. So, I'm excited. I'm definitely looking forward to this future for the Cleveland Browns and the organization and this team. And I know it's going to be some changes, but at the same time, I'm always here for improvement and just trying to get better.
Now you can look back on it. Was the layoff harder, or was it more than you even thought that it was going to be?
Yeah, it's always the layoff, anything that you do. It can be from, anything personal to any activities to work. Just having that layoff is definitely tough because you don't get the full effect. You don't get the emotions, the mood swings, the adversity, all that different stuff that you can kind of mentally think of, but it's different when you kind of, living in it and going through it full speed.
Deshaun, you said after the game yesterday, you mentioned about sitting down with Kevin and talking some things out, and maybe pointing out some changes you may look at in the offense. What you have some specifics in mind that you want to address with him?
Not right now, honestly. That's something I think me and Kevin personally should talk about, just between us instead of putting it out there. But we're going to sit down and, met with him today. We're going to have a man-to-man conversation. Nothing negative or anything like that, but just what can we do to be, better offensively and as a team, because, my next step in taking this, team and taking that leadership role is really stepping out there and really taking this whole locker room under my wings. And, I'm looking forward to that. This year was kind of tough with the, being in the building, being outside the building, all the different changes and all the unknowns. But, going into, this 2023 season and having a, pretty clear view of what we can look forward to, I think I can have the opportunity, and that's the role I want to make sure I challenge myself and take over.
You've been here for a while. How do you feel about the decision that you made? You have your choice of a number of places, but now that you have the lay of the land and you understand the city, the team, how do you feel about the choice that you made?
I'm very happy with my choice. I'm very I love being here. I love being in Cleveland. My family loves coming up here to Cleveland. I love this locker room. I love the players. I love the coaching staff. They made it a lot easy for me to transition and come in and be the person I need to be. So I'm looking forward to the improvements. I'm looking forward to what the future holds for us. And I'm excited to be a Cleveland Brown, and I want the best for this city. I want the best for this organization and everyone in this locker room. So like I said before, the ultimate goal is to try to get to that Super Bowl. And that's what we got to continue to push for. We got to hold ourselves to a higher standard. I got to hold myself to a higher standard as a player, as a person, and as a teammate and as a leader. So, that's what we're going into 2023 thinking of. And I want to continue to have those standards very, very high. And, everyone got to hold me to that standard also.
What does your offseason look like?
Being able to, relax a little bit, decompress. And then, once all that, pretty much, kind of settle down, then get back to work. Watching the tape, watching the film, mastering this offense. Like I said before, mentioned meeting with Kevin and AVP and Drew and being able to figure out what we need to do better, and then mastering those before we come back for OTAs.
Hey, Deshaun, yesterday you said that it's unfair to expect you to meet those expectations, what you did 2019 and 2020. So my question is, so what should people expect from you next year?
Well, first, I don't remember me saying it was unfair. I never said anything about that. Whatever expectations people hold for me, it's always fair. People have their own opinions. People have their expectations. I said for myself, I wasn't going to come in thinking that I'm the best quarterback and I'm just going to walk in and win the MVP. I knew that I'm a realist. I know the reality of this game. I know how hard it is to be able to perform consistently, and taking the time off and then stepping into a new situation, that was going to be tough to do. I'm not saying that I can't do it and I wasn't going to be able to do it, but as a realist, I knew that it was going to be some challenges and some ups and downs. So for people to sit here and say that I said that it was unfair for people to criticize me, no. It's a fair game. This is a sport of business, and you got to come out and perform. But for me to be able to go to this expectations and for 2023, yeah, the expectations should be high because we have the talent, we have the potential, and we have the people and the pieces to be able to, meet those expectations. And we got to make sure we doing everything we can do consistently each and every week to try to meet those expectations. Of course.
Obviously, there's a transition in the offense between Jacoby and you. How much more of an adjustment do you think it'll be, let's say, heading into week 1 of the next season?
Yeah, I think it'll be a lot smoother because we'll kind of know exactly where we want to go. Me and Jacoby, came up through different systems. He do different things that I do, and I do different things that he do. But he did a very, very great job of controlling everything he needed to control for this offense and for this system. Made sure they wrapped the offense around him so he can be the best he can be. And he did a very, 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 very good job of handling that and controlling what he can control. So going into week 1 next year, I'm looking forward to that and being able to really master what I can really do to, have this offense as explosive as we can.
I mean, do you think the style and the play calls will be even more different than they were, let's say, the final few games to this year?
Yeah, most definitely. I think it would be totally different. We've seen glimpses of what we wanted to do, but I think it'll be a lot different for sure.
Deshaun, you touched on you guys are a very talented team. So my question is, with whatever was missing for this team to reach its potential this year, what type of role do you hope to play or expect to play from a leadership standpoint going into next year to, I guess, help this talent achieve its full potential?
I think the biggest thing is really just mastering the minors and doing the little things. If we can do the little things, starting with this team, I think the big things can happen. And that might, sound kind of cliche, but it's the truth. You got to do the little things. We have a young team that is still learning how to play on this level. And we have a lot of guys that's still managing to know that week in and week out, every team is good. Every team is getting paid to do what they do, and every team wants to win. And, and then that leadership role of just really bringing that confidence to everyone that, every time we step on that field, we can win the game, and we're going to win the game, and not just hoping that somebody make a play, that everyone can make that play. You just got to be ready for those moments and those opportunities. You got to visualize those. You got to manifest those opportunities in those moments. So when those moments come, you can take full advantage of it and make those plays.
You talked about making more of a leadership role, being with the team from the start next year.
What was the first part?
You
Sorry.
mentioned that you're looking forward to taking over a more leadership role just by being with the team the full year.
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
What will that look like? I mean, how can you change things in that role as the quarterback of the team and the leader of the team?
Just being around more. Like I said, I missed a lot of time because of, the situation I was dealing with. So, being around more, having opportunities for people to know who I am, having opportunities for people to come where I'm at in the off season. We meeting up as groups in the off season to be able to, meet in this city, to train, to work out, to hang out, all these different things. And this locker room had the opportunity to meet me this year. And so for me to be able to step in and take control, they know who I am, they know how I lead, they know how I communicate, and I know how this team communicates. And each person has a different way of how they handle different situations. So with me knowing that and going into that, going into the off season for the new season, that's what I'm looking forward to.
Deshaun, 2 questions real quick. The first one is, with Joe Woods getting fired today, what impact might that have on you in terms of stability of the coaching staff and of the organization? So, that's number 1. And then the other one is your off-season, stuff that is going to take place. What's your mindset? What's your approach to having to deal with some of that as you move forward into the off-season?
Yeah, first off, I've only met Joe Woods this year. He's a great man. He's a great coach. He's a great just person in general. And the times I've been able to, spend with him in the sauna, just meeting with him, talking ball, I know he's going to land on his feet. He's a great man. He's a great person. And whoever gets him is going to be very, very happy with Joe Woods. So, and that's out of my control as far as, coaching and figuring out that situation. My job is to lead this team as an offense and making sure this locker room is locked in to play whenever that time comes. And then with my off season, just really, like I mentioned before, just really just kind of, relaxing, resetting, and then getting back to work as soon as possible, and figuring out what I need to do, watching the tape of these last 6 games, watching what we can do offensively, talking with Kevin, AVP, Drew, what we're looking forward to, and then, whatever pieces come and join us, being able to get them on board so we can all be in sync and on the same page.
Deshaun,
last one here.
Specifically, I'm sorry, I meant the offseason. You still have 2 pending suits out there. Is that hanging? Is that weighing on your mind? And how are you approaching, the legal issues that you still have outstanding?
Yeah, I'm approaching it every day just, with a smile on my face and just being able to let my attorneys and my lawyers, deal with that situation. I got to focus on moving forward with, my career, my life, and just, let my attorneys handle that situation. So right now I can't really speak on, I don't know how that's going to go.
Deshaun, I know you and Jadavian were obviously friends before you got here, but watching what transpired with him in the last couple of days, your feelings on that and what's next for him?
JD is going to be good. I mean, he's a great teammate, great friend, everything. We have a great relationship. I'm definitely going to, of course, see him because, I think he still lives in Houston. So, we're going to cross paths and hang out and stuff. But, he's going to be good. If he's back here, then we'll love to have him. And if he's not, and wherever he lands, he's going to be great for that organization and that team. So I'm looking forward to JD having the opportunity to show what he has, and I'm excited for him.